Good morning, day 190, cooking down the freezer, refrigerator, and pantry. So today is going to be a beautiful, hot 90 degrees. So I'll do some things outside, I'll do some things inside. Definitely have to water when it gets that hot. When your garden is in pots, that's really important that you do that once or twice a day, depending on the heat index. So yesterday was kind of a lazy day for me. I didn't really do any purging. I did some laundry and did some cooking, and I didn't really do anything in the garden either. So every once in a while I like to do that, maybe once or twice a week. I just take a day where I don't do much of anything. I think about things I want to do, and I ended up not going to Home Depot and getting sandpaper, so I'm going to have to do that within the next few days, because I do want to get started on those shelves. That's really bugging me. And I know it's going to take me a while to get them hung up, but even if I do one at a time, that's okay. It's better than none at a time. So today I'm going to cook a little extra pasta to use with dinner tonight, and also for a future meal. So I like to do that when I cook pasta or rice or potatoes. I like to cook some extra, and then I have food for, at least part of the food, for another meal. So I have bananas that I bought for 19 cents a pound at Aldi's. I bought them, I don't know, during my last little haul. And I have them in the refrigerator, and they're getting a little bit too soft for what I like. So I'm going to cut those up today and freeze them, and then I want to experiment a little bit with making some banana nice cream. I've made it before, but the part I don't like about it is it's really tasty when you first make it, but if you make a bigger batch and you want to freeze it, I just don't like the way it turns out. It turns out hard as a rock. I don't like the texture anymore. It turns into like ice. So I've been doing a little research, and I want to try and see if I can't make an ice cream that's a little bit more scoopable. So we'll see. So I'm not sure what I'm going to have. I have 2 pieces of my tofu bacon left. I want to eat that up today, and I still have some of the tofu taco meat and the Madras lentils. So I want to eat all that up today, and so altogether I think I got 6 meals out of 1 block of tofu. Now that's really saving money on groceries, and it's high in protein. I know not everybody likes to eat soy, but I don't mind it at all. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and I will be back in a little bit with breakfast, day 190. All right, let's have some breakfast, day 190. It's actually brunch time. I went out and watered the front, and then I started fooling around with trimming some things, and that's what I do. So let's see. All right, I have eggs. So I'm going to have an egg. I'm going to have I'm going to give the doggies some cheese because they like it. And I'm going to have a piece of this cheese. I'm not sure which one. You guys have heard me talk about this cheese, how good it is, from Aldi's. Those of you that are new, it's Asiago and white cheddar and Gouda and something else, and it's really good. All right, then I'm going to have one of these rolls. I got lots of bread now. Oops. I think I need the assistance of two hands here. Yep, I do. Oh, things don't usually fall out of my fridge, but they do if I only have one hand. And then here, I have 2 pieces of my bacon left, my fakin' bacon. So I'm going to have a breakfast sandwich, not a TLT. And I also need some mayo. Okay, I will meet you at the stove. Okay, well, it's 12:30 and I'm going to have some brunch, and I'm going to make an egg a la Rhoda Stone. If you haven't seen her channel, head on over there, especially if you like meat. She's got some great cheap meal ideas. She's always coming up with new things to buy, and this is how she makes her eggs. She's got some water in a pan, and then she saved one of these little pie things from, you know, the little pies. So I'm going to put that in here, and I'm going to cover it up, and hopefully mine turn out as nice as hers do. So I've got my roll in the oven, and of course you've all seen the cheese, the Aldi's cheese. For those of you that are new here, Aldi sells these cheese trays for $4 and something, and it has extra sharp white cheddar, Havarti, Gouda, and Asiago cheese, all my favorites. And this lasts me a long time. So, and then here I have my tofu bacon. If you haven't seen how I've made that, back up to about 3 days ago, and I show you how I make my tofu bacon, and it turned out really good. This is the best way so far that I found that I like. Of course, does it taste exactly like bacon? Of course not. It's tofu, but it's very good, and it has a very smoky, sweet, salty, bacon-like flavor. All right, I'm going to cook these up, and we'll see how my egg turns out. If it's a fail, I'm going to have to ask Rhoda a couple more questions. All right, my Rhoda egg looks good. It's all cooked through. Here I have my roll. I melted a little cheese on part of it. Got mayo on the bottom. My fakin' bacon. So let's get my Rhoda egg out. And hopefully it comes out of the thing okay. I did spray it a little bit. So let's see. Oh, look at that. Comes right out. All right, Rhoda, it's a winner. Thumbs up. All right. So here is my breakfast sandwich. Day 190. And if I had some hash browns, I'd make those with it, but I don't. I've got lots of potatoes, but I'm not going to do that now. So here we have it, my breakfast. All right, I'll be back later with more things to talk about. Forgot to taste it. So let's taste it. All right, I've had these before with a fried egg, but not with the poached egg. So here we go. Very tasty. And I can reuse this. All right, be back later. Dogs love raw pasta. Watch what they do. They love when I do this. And they clean it all up. They're so silly. All right, pasta treats. And there they are, all cleaned up. Was that good? Yum. Hello. Cheers. Let's have some coffee. So I'm sitting here on my deck. I haven't sat here in a long time. But I figured I'd sit out here and look at things and figure out what needs to be done. I hope there isn't too much background noise going on. That's why I initially bought the microphones, but that didn't work out. So anyway, I have a lot of mint, tons of mint, different kinds. So I'm thinking what I want to do is trim up my mint today and dry it. I'm just going to make one big pile of mint instead of separating it all. I'll make like a mint medley, and then I have other things, other herbs that need to be trimmed down and dried. So that needs to be done, and then the things that have bolted, I want to cut the leaves off some of them and let some of them go to seed. I think next year I'm going to limit my vegetables to just a few greens. I don't have enough sun for broccoli and cabbage and things like that. I've tried for several years now to grow them without much luck. So I think I'm going to limit it to like kale, and chard does pretty well. And green onions do okay if I buy the store-bought ones and stick them in the ground and just keep cutting the tops. That works out real well. The mint, depending on where it's planted, is doing great. But you have to know your limitations with the area that you've been given. So every year is a learning experience for me, and I keep trying certain things, and they just don't work. So, and it's a matter of environment as opposed to skill. So my caladiums that I bought at Walmart, they're starting to come up. I'll show you those in a little bit. And I actually also have one elephant ear. I thought they were all pretty much dried out, but 3 of them did make it. So some of those are starting to come up. And even some little begonia bulbs that I saved from last year and stored over winter have come up. So my garage does get pretty cold, even though it's attached to the house. So we'll see. I have a couple of little raspberry and blueberry bushes that I think I want to try to overwinter in my little greenhouse because they're really too small to plant out and leave them out. So I want to give that a try. And I have arborvitaes here that the birds just love, and they all make nests in there. And it drives my dogs crazy. So they like to hunt, unfortunately. So anyway, I just thought I'd have a little chat out here on my deck. And the little cabbage moths are out in force. They're eating everything. Bandit, no, don't eat that. Don't eat my elephant ear. No, that's not for you. Mama wants to grow those, not for you. And elephant ears are not a good thing to let dogs eat. You know, they can eat certain things. They love the kale, they love the carrots and things even. So sometimes I just give them some scraps from the garden, and they love that. Want some coffee? No, that wouldn't be good for you, would it? No, it would not be good for you. No. No coffee for puppies, but my worms like coffee grounds, and my garden likes coffee grounds too. So anyway, I gotta get busy in water. I just thought I'd come out here and finish my coffee and just enjoy the peace and quiet for a few minutes. And today I'm just doing this and that. I don't have any plan. I'm not purging. I'm just going with the flow. And I like days like that. You know, sometimes you find little projects that you finally want to finish up. So that's what we're doing today, right, puppy? All right, I'll be back later. I'll show you my little caladiums that are coming up, and I'll be back later. Cheers. Cheers to you. I need a remote to stop and start my videos, but here is my one little elephant ear. I have no idea which kind it is that's coming back. And all these other little spiky things are the caladiums coming up. This is mint. I need to trim this so I have room in here for my little impatient. This is one of the begonias that's coming back. And the same over here, and this one is actually opening up already. This side is actually growing a little better. Depends on what's growing. The impatient's smaller over here, but I have a little begonia coming up here. And this is apple mint, and the other one was chocolate mint. So I may, I don't know, I may make some separate batches of those. We'll see. I have a couple of elephant ears here, but they're not going to do anything. I think they sort of rotted. So, and then these are all little elephant ears too, but I have those kind of growing in water, and they don't seem to mind that. And this is more mint. This one is Hillary's sweet lemon, so I need to trim all these back. And I have one more mint up here. The mint seems to be doing okay here. This one is grapefruit mint. So, and these were so pretty when I bought them, and I have to move them in the front. They just don't get enough sun here. They're petunias, and they just don't get enough sun, and this one too. So I need to trim them back, all the spindly stuff, and stick them in the front yard, and they should do okay there. Now over here I have more mint. This came back by itself. I think it's candy mint, but it's very spindly because this gets no sun at all. but I'm hoping if I cut it back that it'll, and something digs in there all the time, that doesn't help. So I'm hoping it bushes out a little bit more. And then this, same with this one. It's mint julep. Digs in there too. I think it's a little squirrel or a chipmunk. And this is mint julep, and this really has a wonderful scent. So that is my mint garden, and the reason I planted all this mint around the deck is because mosquitoes don't like it. So this is the future home of my little fairy garden, and I have one tiny begonia growing there. So I need to get my fairy garden stuff out. I just haven't gotten to it yet. All right, that is my deck garden. And you've seen it before, but I like to show it once in a while so you can see the progress. And over here, I need to put the pump in this pond before the mosquitoes make a home there. And then this is the plant my daughter gave me for Mother's Day. It's doing very well. I'm going to try in the fall, I'm going to try and dig up the begonia bulb and keep it till next year. We'll see what happens. And my Tiny Tim tomato, I don't think it gets enough sun here, but I have a couple of them in my little Ambiano garden in the house, and they already have tomatoes. So that's that. All right, so there is my deck, all ready to sit on, nice and peaceful. Right? Okay. We'll be back dinner later. Day 190. I already got out 2 heads of lettuce. I wanted to see which one was in need of getting used up. But I want to use up the rest of my lentils. And I want to use up the rest of my tofu grounds. So I'm going to have that for dinner. And I think I want some ranch dressing for my salad. I'm going to have a salad along with it. And I'm going to have, I think, a little of this vegan feta. Now this one is from Aldi's. I haven't tried this brand yet. So I know I like the Follow Your Heart feta. This is empty, I just kept the case, but I know I like this. So I want to try the Aldi's brand. All right, I will meet you at the stove. I have 2 heads of lettuce left, and I bought these a couple weeks ago, and they're in beautiful condition. So I always wrap them in a paper towel, and I put them in these green bags. You guys that have been with me for a while have seen me do this before. And the other one is just as nice. So it really doesn't matter which one of these I use. So I'm just going to make a salad to go along with my pasta. And I have 1 cucumber left, and that needs to be eaten because it's starting to get a bad spot on it. So that'll be that. So let me put together my dinner. and see what we come up with. Alright, here I have my fresh mint. I still have about the same amount that I still have to wash up. I wish you could smell this. It smells wonderful. So I made this into a mint medley, all the different fragrances of mint. I just put them all in one. I'm going to dehydrate this now, and then I'll have a nice selection of tea at some point. So I just use my salad spinner. Alright, well, I'm going to make some dinner here. Now, I cooked some pasta this morning. I cooked enough for a couple meals, and I rinsed it, and then I put a little bit of olive oil on it so it wouldn't be in one clump. Just a tiny bit of olive oil. So I'm just going to shred up some salad and put together my dinner. Alright, let's try this Aldi's feta. Give it a little try. This is what it looks like. It's more like, looks more processed or something. It's good. It's good. I think the Follow Your Heart feta has a little bit more of a true feta flavor. But this is good. I would get it again. But see, this is like in little round balls, kind of like. But anyway, this is just romaine and a cucumber and the feta and some salt and pepper. And then I'll put some ranch dressing on there. So that will be my salad. And then my dinner is going to be some of this pasta. Alright. And then I still have plenty left for another meal or two. I'm going to put in all the rest of this tofu crumble. I want to use that up. So that's going to be my substitute meat. And I thought this was really tasty. So, and then I'm going to also add the rest of this Madras lentil, because it has some sauce with it. So I'm going to put all the rest of that in here. So this is sort of like a Mexican pasta, because the grounds have a taco taste. So I'm just going to mix this all up, and I think it'll be tasty. I'm going to top it with some Mexican cheese and heat it up in the microwave. But I want to make sure that it's well incorporated. Now, if you wanted to, you wanted a little more sauce, you could add a little pasta sauce to it, or just tomato sauce, or whatever you have. But this will be fine for me. You could even add some salsa, if you have salsa. That would be tasty in here. You know, anything. Pizza sauce, anything. It's pretty versatile. Alright, I'm going to call that good. And then I'm just going to put some of this Mexican cheese on top. And that will be my dinner for tonight. And the block of tofu will be all used up. Well, hello. Hello, my little buddy. Would you like some salad? Would you like some salad? All right, I have some salad for you. There you go. There you go. And I think Chloe's taking a nap. All right, so that should be enough. So I'm going to heat this up, and then I'll be back. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. The cheese is melted on there. I have some ranch dressing on my salad. And I'm going to add some of these crispy onions to the top. So there we go. There is dinner. Day 190. So use up the food you have and use what you have in different ways, and you'll save a lot of money. All right, I'll be back in a minute and we'll taste it. This is a taste. I think it'll be good, but proof's in the pudding, right? Okay, going in. Hot. Really hot. But it is tasty. All right. I'm going to let this cool off for a minute. I'll try my salad. You all know what salad tastes like. All right, let me taste this. So using up my greens, cooking for multiple meals. Sometimes I like to just cook a single meal, but when I make things like this, I like to think ahead a little bit and think, how can I use this in other recipes? And you can do that with ground meat, or like you could buy a piece of salmon and have it as a dinner with potatoes or whatever, rice or whatever, and then you could save some of it and have a salmon salad. You can do the same thing with ground meat, anything like that. All right, so that's it for today. I want to eat my dinner, and in the meantime, I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.